Blog Talk Radio.
You're a business owner.
Check.
You have business owner's insurance.
Check.
And 10 years ago, that wouldn't have been enough. Today, small businesses are being targeted and taken down by hackers. Medical offices, consultants, CPAs, any business that's built success has everything to lose. You probably have cybersecurity installed on your computer.
Check.
But you probably don't have cyber insurance. Coverage against loss and damage if your data is compromised. Cyber Policy covers that gap. Cyberpolicy.com shops the leading cyber insurers to find you the right policy at the right price to avoid a catastrophe. Coverage against loss and damage if your data is compromised. Get a custom quote today in just 4 minutes. And for a limited time, use the promo code BLOGTALK to get Norton's small business protection for up to 5 devices. Free when you sign up for cyber insurance. Plan, prevent, insure. Visit cyberpolicy.com. That's cyberpolicy.com.
Blog Talk Radio.
Today's franchise interview shout out goes to the Source Direct. Source Direct is an inventor's one-stop shop. Source Direct eliminates the disconnect in dealing with different companies from each phase of development and marketing. Instead, Source Direct can manage every stage of the process from the drawing board to the customer. Go to thesourcedirect.net and find out how you can get started. That's www.thesourcedirect.net.
Franchise interviews. From Easton, Pennsylvania to Sydney, Australia, you're listening to Franchise Interviews. Franchise Interviews. Welcome to Franchise Interviews. Franchise Interviews has been giving an up-close, behind-the-scenes look at franchising and entrepreneurship. Listen to interviews with franchisers, franchisees, franchise authors, franchise experts, and attorneys. And now, welcome your host, Marty McDermott, and Franchise Interviews.
Hi everyone, and welcome to a very special edition of Franchise Interviews, where for over 10 years we've been asking the entrepreneurs one-on-one. I'm your host, Marty McDermott. I'm the president of Franchise Interviews, and we have a great show today. We're meeting with Sammy Aldeeb, the founder of Urban Bricks. And Urban Bricks Pizza brings authentic Neapolitan pizza at a reasonable price to their customers' table. Urban Bricks Pizza embraces the pizza-eating culture by providing a customized experience for every taste, without compromising on quality for speed. And we're going to talk to Sammy about that in just a moment on Franchise Interviews. So stick around because we have a great show.
The Stone Coat Franchise Opportunity. Are you looking for a unique and lucrative franchise opportunity? If so, take a look at Stone Coat. With a patented process which creates a true stone finish on almost any wall or ceiling, Stone Coat is a true game-changing product in the multi-billion-dollar construction industry. Stone Coat is applied faster, cleaner, and cheaper than conventional quarried stone, which saves both time and money. With advantages in remodel and new construction of both residential and commercial projects, Stone Coat is a true crossover product. The Stone Coat franchise opportunity provides a low startup cost, low operating expenses, comprehensive training, ongoing support, and no royalty payments. For more information on the Stone Coat franchise opportunity, go to www.stonecoatfranchise.com. That's www.stonecoatfranchise.com, or call us at 972-380-2700. That's 972-380-2700.
Franchise Teacher.
Would you like to know how to franchise your concept or grow your franchise business?
Meet the experts at Franchise Teacher.
The goal of Franchise Teacher is to teach, coach, consult, and advise. The team of experts at Franchise Teacher will evaluate your business model and present you with a winning business strategy.
Franchise Teacher will help you decide whether or not your concept works and if it's franchisable. Franchise Teacher is proud to have over 30 years of experience in franchising as both franchisees and franchisors.
Franchise Teacher are developers of over a dozen franchise systems, which include brick and mortar as well as home-based concepts of nearly 3,000 combined franchise locations.
Whether you need to add more units or get more customers, Franchise Teacher can help. We will teach.
Franchise Teacher will help you learn our proven system.
Coach.
Franchise Teacher will help you provide a game plan to succeed.
Consult.
Franchise Teacher will make sure you stay on track.
And advise.
Franchise Teacher will help you learn from our over 30 years of experience in franchising as both franchisees and franchisors. Take advantage of our free, no-obligation phone consultation. Simply go to franchiseteacher.com or call us at 561-385-3032.
That's franchiseteacher.com or call us at 561-385-3032.
Hi, this is Connie McDermott, Administrative Assistant for Franchise Interviews, LLC, and you're listening to Franchise Interviews.
Franchise Interviews. From Easton, Pennsylvania to Sydney, Australia, you're listening to Franchise Interviews. Franchise Interviews.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to a very special edition of Franchise Interviews, where for over 10 years now, we've been asking the Franchipreneurs one-on-one. I'm your host, Marty McDermott. I'm the president of Franchise Interviews, and as we were saying earlier, we have a great show today. We're meeting with Sammy Aldeeb, the founder of Urban Bricks Pizza. And Urban Bricks Pizza brings an authentic Neapolitan pizza at a reasonable price to their customers' table. Urban Bricks Pizza embraces the pizza-eating culture by providing a customized experience for every taste without compromising on quality for speed. Hi, Sammy. How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hey, Marty. How's it going? Thanks for having us.
Oh, I'm doing great, Sam. Thanks for coming on the show. You always like to ask our guests, where are you calling from this morning, Sam?
I am calling from Alamo City, Urban Bricks headquarters.
Oh, fantastic. Great. How's the weather there today, Sammy?
Well, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful day.
That's fantastic. It's a good time of year to be in Texas. That's right, isn't it? I was studying your background, Sam. You have a great story. I mean, how did you get into franchising?
I was barely legal to start drinking when I first got into
That's great.
I bought into an ice cream franchise, and
right.
8 months later, I got into a sub franchise and then a cookie franchise, and started creating my little empire for a little over a decade, owning a little over 20 stores total. And later on, I got into Urban Bricks. Best thing that ever happened to me in my life.
That's fantastic. What was it that drew you to franchising? At such a young age, then, because that's pretty young. When you think about franchising, So, what was it about franchising that you liked?
The coaching part was important to me in business. I feel that's something that not even the best university out there will teach you the experience and what to expect in real life, day-to-day business experience and challenges, really, business challenges. So I figured if I wanted to go ahead and get into business, I'm best spoon-fed through a established franchise system.
That's fantastic. How do you describe Urban Bricks to someone, Sammy? If you were at a franchise show, and someone came up to your booth and they said, "Oh, so you're a pizza franchise." How do you typically respond to them?
It's simply said, we're a brick and good Neapolitan pizza with an all-American attitude. So
that's fantastic.
Yes, we're cool. Yes, we're hip. Yes, our pizza is done within 2 minutes, but we do not jeopardize the quality of our pizza. It's a true Neapolitan, awesome tasting pizza. that's done for a very reasonable price, and a very fast way of cooking it too. So
that's fantastic.
That's Urban
Bricks. Yeah, I was going to say Urban Bricks is a culture too. I mean, it's really an experience, isn't it, Sammy? I mean, that's what I got, as I was studying the franchise model. As I said, okay, you're getting great pizza, quick, but it seems to me that what the customers are getting in addition to all that is this experience or the culture. Would you agree?
I do. I've been in the restaurant business long enough to know that people will eat with their eyes first before they even taste the food. I mean, look, millennials nowadays are taking pictures of food and experiences, videotaping, Snapchatting the experience they're going to, and already bragging about the food before they even taste it. So that was very important to me. So when you walk in, from the second you walk into to our stores, vibrant colors, very bold sayings all over the place. Yeah. Our sinks are different. Our hand washing stations are different. Our oven is different. Yes, it's an authentic Italian-made oven, but it actually rotates on the inside, giving you a perfect cook each and every time. Very consistent. It also acts as an entertainment pacifier for our long line. Right. You just watch those pizzas rotate and come out of that oven with the fire. It's a really nice sight. Right. So it is all about the experience from the second you start building your pizza all the way till you pass our beautiful premium gelato showcase that we have by the register, to our bottoms up beer machine dispenser. That even our beer is dispensed in a unique and in a unique form. It's right. We have bottom up beers machines that pours our beers, and we've had great success with that. That's terrific. Well. What's it like for you, Sammy? I mean, you started off, your career really, in franchising, playing the role of a franchisee, and today, you're in the role of the franchisor, which I think is fantastic because you have this empathy and you can understand what, the franchisees are actually going through. What's that like for you to play that role today? I think that has a lot to do with our success today. Talking to current Urban Bricks franchisees that are franchisees for other concepts. When they sit down with me and they start talking about their experience with the other franchise partners they have, they feel that connection, and I understand where they're coming from, and I assure them that everything we have, from our menu to our operation to marketing, is definitely going to be different. I've been on the other side of the fence, right? So everybody at their office, I understand what it means to be a franchisee, to be an operator, to have to deal with a customer, have to deal with employees. Everybody from my operations director to our accounting team has all been behind the pizza line at our office. Right. Everybody needs to go ahead and have that. So it's a requirement. Everybody in our office needs to go ahead and work at the stores before they even start working at our office. I want them to understand the business. That's great. We've done so many of these interviews too, Sammy, and that isn't always said. On our podcast, sometimes there's a difference between the franchisor hasn't always been a franchisee. And I would say sometimes I think it might be difficult for them to empathize. What the franchisees are going through, and that's really what impressed me about your background in franchising is you really can certainly empathize with your franchisees, which I think is terrific. How many locations does Urban Bricks currently have today, Sammy? Where are you guys at today? Well, we have 11 locations in 22 months of opening up our first location. So it's almost one store every 2 months we're opening. We are obviously started in Texas. We've sold franchises all over the country. We just opened up our first international location in Waterloo, Canada.
Wow. That's great.
Several weeks ago. Yeah, so we're already international, and we're proud. We're proud of that.
That's terrific. Do you get the questions? I mean, because there are other pizza franchises out there, as you know, and of course, I think Urban Bricks Pizza is filling a gap that probably I think just wasn't there in the pizza industry. I mean, how do you typically respond to someone if they say, what, again, and you've answered some of the questions, but what separates you from, I guess, everyone else that's out there?
Marty, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Before Urban Bricks, I've realized how the fast casual pizza industry is the next big thing. And as an active franchisee, I started looking into getting into a fast casual pizza. So I looked at them all. I was looking at each and every one of them. And I just felt that the franchises out there capitalizing on the new way of eating pizza, but not really focusing on the ingredients and the quality of the taste.
Yeah.
To me, that was very important. Yes, I get it.
Sure, of course.
You're new, you're sexy, you're honeymooning because it's a really cool way of eating pizza, but that only goes so far. At the end of the day, if I want to continue coming back, you better have the quality. You better have a good eating pizza. I mean, pizza, it's a very competitive segment, right? So if you don't have good pizza, you're not going to last long.
Agreed.
So that's where Urban Bricks came through. I wanted to make sure I keep all that pizzazz. I wanted to keep the speed, but quality is very important to me. We use Italian imported flour. Our pizzas are made in Italian ovens that just spits out a pizza in 2 minutes or less, and
that's incredible.
Consistent and very, very good, high quality. I mean, our pizzas are. It's a shame we're selling them for $8.
That's fantastic. Do you have a favorite, Sammy? I mean, when you go into your own restaurants, I mean, it's probably a tough question because it is your baby. But I mean, do you have a particular favorite that you like when you go into an Urban Bricks Pizza?
Favorite as far as pizza?
Yeah, as far as a favorite, if you were in there.
Yeah. I love our Three Little Pigs. That's my favorite one. That's my favorite pizza. Yeah.
That's fantastic. That's great. Pizza's something you could really eat every day, isn't it? I know it's something, I could eat every day because it is healthy for you too. It's not, not to pick on other categories of, burger franchises and things like that, but it is healthy for you too, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. I mean, especially when you're building it your own, you can get at Urban Bricks. We can, we have a gluten-free option. We have wheat option, and you can just have veggies in there and just drizzle it with some olive oil.
Great.
It's a really nice, healthy option for you. Urban Bricks also builds their own salads. So one thing.
Oh, really? Wow.
I felt, I couldn't understand why a lot of franchises out there weren't really in the salad business.
Right.
Everything that goes on a pizza goes on a salad, from olives.
That's true.
Green peppers, tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, onions. Those are all ingredients, key ingredients for a salad. So all we did was add a couple of beds of kale. We had the spinach already because of the pizza option. We have romaine, spring mix, and now we get to accommodate mom and dad. Dad comes in for a pizza and mom gets a salad.
Right.
So those are her own. Yeah. So
that's terrific. That's great. What types of characteristics then do you look for in your franchisees, Sammy? I mean, you look for particular types of traits. I mean, how do you know that they're a match for Urban Bricks Pizza?
We're always looking for business savvy franchise partners. We want somebody that can understand our culture. We're very bold. Our tagline is high on marinara. Right, takes a special person to go ahead and put that on a billboard.
Of course. Right.
So So we're looking for bold and strong-minded businessmen that are in here to win it, right? So majority of our franchisees you'll find is they're either in the restaurant business already, running successful chains, or successful other businesses, whether they're retail or such. That's what we look for.
Right. Who came up with the legalized marinara? I thought that was very clever. When I looked at it twice. I said, "Wow!" I said, "That's brilliant." I said, "Somebody's got." That was just very clever.
Yeah, we actually had high on marinara on a bunch of billboards all around town.
It's fantastic. It's very catchy.
It is. Yep. So that's culture. That's our branding. It's very, very bold. I got a great marketing team behind us that's in-house, and they take the credit for that.
That's terrific. What is the training like, Sammy? I mean, once you decide, that you do like them, and you realize that they are a match for Urban Bricks Pizza, and they want to come on board as a franchisee, how does the training work then? I mean, do they typically come out to headquarters? Is that how it works?
Yes, they do. So, again, being a former operator, operations is key. It's very important. It's
right.
You need to focus on operations from day one. We usually have our franchisees come in to San Antonio for anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks. We recommend them to get a one-way ticket. I kid you not, one-way ticket. Because I'm not letting go of them until they're completely ready to operate a pizzeria. Now, of course, we have a very simple menu. As I say all the time, we really don't have a menu. Our customer comes up with their own menu since they build their own pizza or they build their own salad. So it's a lot easier, a lot more simpler on the operations side. However, a lot has to go with good quality pizza. So 2 to 3 weeks usually is our training. We turn around and we send our team from 10 days to sometimes up to 3 weeks, if need be, once it comes down to opening a store wherever. So we're very hands-on. We understand that operations is key. We visit all our stores once a month. That's another thing that's very important to me. Our field consultants will be in every single store once a month. We're there to review their business. We're there to train the crew. We're there to make sure everything is going the right way.
Which is great, Sammy, because, then those field operators, I mean, they get to, of course, interact with the franchisees and, of course, probably at the same time even, interact with the customers. So they're on the front line, and, I know from your experience that's very important to the success of a business, isn't it?
It is. The big next idea comes from the franchisees usually. So if we're interacting with them on a daily basis, we're going to lose out on that too. We're always open to hearing what franchisees have to say, what customers have to say, and if my field consultants are not touching tables and out there behind the line with management, then we'll lose that touch.
Of course.
That's very important.
Of course. That's fantastic. Is there such a thing as a typical day as an Urban Bricks franchisee? I mean, I'm sure, certain days vary and things like that, but how would you describe a typical day as a franchisee?
You're on the golf course. You're making too much money. You're on the golf course. You're playing golf.
That's great. And franchising is a means to an end, right? It has that ability to do that, right? I mean, it really is. It's a means to an end, So I mean that's fantastic, and that's why a lot of people, of course, get into franchising, is because sometimes they want to be entrepreneurs, but they don't know how to be entrepreneurs, and I think you were saying that earlier. Yeah, you said something clever, is you can learn more about a business through franchising than you could in any college or university, So I think that's very clever, and it seems like you had that experience, didn't you?
And I'm the perfect example of that,
That's fantastic.
I walked into this business not knowing how to, I know how to pay payroll tax, and they taught me.
Right.
I've had
exactly.
a consultant I can make a call to each and every time, and they'll answer those for us. So, yeah, I was spoon-fed business, and I was spoon-fed business through franchising. It's buying into a franchise is the way to go. It really is, for me at least. I mean, I'm a believer.
That's terrific. That's
I'm
great. I was going to say something. The majority of our listeners, we call them aspiring entrepreneurs. Most of them have it in their mind that they do want to go into franchising, but from doing the show such a long time now, we find that a lot of them are confused and they don't even know where to begin. From everything you've learned in franchising, up to this point, what advice would you give to our listeners in their quest to buy a franchise?
Bought into many concepts, many different franchises. If there's anything that they all have in common, from mistakes I've done in the past, whatever you do, whether it's franchising or trying to go ahead and go on your own, I'm going to make it simple and just go with location. That is to me, it's a very important part of your business.
Right.
If you can have the best concept in the world in the wrong part of the world, and it's not going to do well at all. So,
right.
I've had my shares of failures, of successes, and if I can go back in time, there's some locations that I've picked that I should have never done, and
that's great.
I take that in a grain of salt, but I'm very hands-on on Urban Bricks locations. So everything we have is an A+++ location. We locations that Urban Bricks go to. I mean, gosh, you can sell popcorn and be successful. That's
true.
Really, I mean, it's a very key ingredient in success. So my advice for today would be location. That's very important. I take it very seriously. I have a real estate director that interacts with local real estate brokers, commercial real estate brokers at given areas of America, and we interact with them. We tell them what we're looking for, and they send us 30 to 50 sites, and we narrow it down from 30 to 50 to 10. And then my director of real estate flies to that location, brings them down to 5, and then she calls me, and I fly there. I got to touch it. I got to feel it. I got to see it.
Right.
I want to see every location. Where are we going to go ahead and put our brand name? Is that going to be is that going to be as great as every other store we have or not? Obviously, we've got a formula and a checklist to go with, and we go through that, and then I also want to feel it and touch it. It's important. Location is important.
Sure. There's a great quote, Sammy, and I don't know, it's said somewhere on our show, the 500, but the good location overcomes bad marketing, doesn't it? It's like you said, you could have a popcorn stand, and if it's in that right location, it makes all the difference in the world, doesn't it?
It sure does. Sure does.
That's fantastic. Maybe you could talk a little bit about, what's the typical investment like, Sammy, to, open up an Urban Bricks franchise, and how much space is actually required? Like, how much space do you need to open one?
Our smallest location right now is 800 square feet. It's in a food court, and that's a non-traditional store. Our non-traditional stores are roughly about anywhere from 200 to 250,000. To get into. That's from signing a franchise fee all the way to selling slices, selling pizzas, all in, including, cost of construction to soft costs of legal, architectural, et cetera, et cetera. And then our traditional stores, our latest prototype, per se, is our drive-through locations. So yes, we did it, right? Urban Bricks got a drive-through, fast casual, build your own pizza concept, and those cost anywhere from $550 to $650 to get into.
That's terrific. You've had great growth, since you started this whole thing, Sammy. What's the growth strategy? If you could look into a crystal ball, like maybe 3 to 5 years down the road, where do you see Urban Bricks Pizza?
So going back to location, right? We have over 100 franchises sold, committed to.
Right.
We have 12 open. Locations is going to be the most important thing to me, and we're very frank about it from the get-go. So I could tell you if we're not as picky on our locations, I could tell you, we'll open up, 100 stores in the next 3 years. I got demand for it. We've got demand. However, I want to be more realistic. I want to open up less stores that got great AUVs and more successful franchisees. So I would say I would like to go ahead and be in the next 3 years with 50 stores. I'd like to open 50 stores in the next 3 years. And that's a more realistic goal. Better quality locations, happier franchisees.
That's terrific. And it sounds like, again, it's international as well. Do you see the organization going international? Sammy, again, I know you're in Canada, but it would make sense, I guess, it's spreading out through Canada as well, as another option. But, is international in the goals as well?
Yes, we're talking to Dubai right now and Mexico. Our Canadian franchisee has been open less than a month and already talking about store number 2. Wow.
That's terrific. How do our listeners get more information on Urban Bricks Pizza, Sammy, as the product and, of course, as the franchise opportunity itself? Are there any websites that you'd like our listeners to go to? Yeah,
please. Have them go into www.urbanbrickspizza.com.
Okay.
They can reach out to me. I get copied on every inquiry on the franchising. It's franchising at urbanbrickspizza.com. That's our direct email address for that.
That's fantastic. It's a great website, by the way, too. It was fun to go through the website, and read about the company and just the culture and everything itself. It was just great, So I'm glad I finally, because I've been familiar with your franchise for some time now, so it's great to finally have you on the show, Sammy. And I'd already like to invite you back to continue to grow. I think this is a wonderful franchise opportunity.
Thank you. Well, we're honored to be on your show.
Thank you, Sammy. It's been my pleasure, and we'll be right back with more franchise interviews.
Coming up on segment 2, you're going to hear what every franchipreneur needs to know before buying a franchise. We're going to play a clip from our popular Great Quotes in Franchising podcast right here on Franchise Interviews.
Are you one of those special people who are willing to go after your dreams and goals? Are you ready to fulfill that dream of owning your own business with the security of a proven brand? The opportunity to take control of your future and own a Rita's Italian Ice franchise is within your reach.
Rita's is seeking success-oriented individuals who are ready to make a change in their life, and Rita's offers unparalleled training and support to assure your success. And did you know the frozen treat industry is a recession-proof industry, and there are Rita's in 23 states currently with 540 stores open. Rita's Italian Ice has been around for 25 years and is listed as a top-performing franchise by the Wall Street Journal.
Now here's the really good part. Rita's Italian Ice is a unique and amazing taste treat. It's smoother than a snow cone, and it combines ice with real fresh fruit. The real fruit adds dramatically to the taste, and it comes in over 40 flavors. The ice and fruit are mixed on site and made fresh daily, and it is delicious.
You'll want to know more about this exciting and successful franchise opportunity. Go to www.ownaritas.com and get all your questions answered. That's www.ownaritas.com to take control of your dreams and future today. You don't want to wait any longer to be a part of this adventure. www.ownaritas.com.
Are you looking for a franchise that delivers? Businesses will always need shipping, and for more than 25 years, loyal customers have depended on Unishippers for reliable savings and exceptional customer service. Unishippers is focused on just one thing: helping small and medium-sized businesses save time and money on all their shipping needs. And as the largest reseller of complete shipping services in the country, we have the buying power to ensure that we succeed. The Unishippers franchise offers low startup costs, no equipment or real estate required because they're not retail, residual income, and a quality of life and work-life balance. For more information on becoming a Unishippers franchisee, go to www.unishippers.com and click Franchise Opportunities, or call Franchise Development at 801-708-5822. That's 801-708-5822.
Today's great quote in franchising is being brought to you by
Franchise Teacher.
Would you like to know how to franchise your concept or grow your franchise business?
Meet the experts at Franchise Teacher.
The goal of Franchise Teacher is to teach, coach, consult, and advise. The team of experts at Franchise Teacher will evaluate your business model and present you with a winning business strategy.
Franchise Teacher will help you decide whether or not your concept works and if it's franchisable. Franchise Teacher is proud to have over 30 years of experience in franchising as both franchisees and franchisors.
Franchise Teacher are developers of over a dozen franchise systems, which include brick and mortar as well as home-based concepts of nearly 3,000 combined franchise locations.
Whether you need to add more units or get more customers, Franchise Teacher can help. We will teach.
Franchise Teacher will help you learn our proven system.
Coach.
Franchise Teacher will help you provide a game plan to succeed.
Consult.
Franchise Teacher will make sure you stay on track.
And advise.
Franchise Teacher will help you learn from our over 30 years of experience in franchising as both franchisees and franchisors. Take advantage of our free, no-obligation phone consultation. Simply go to franchiseteacher.com or call us at 561-385-3032.
That's franchiseteacher.com. Or call us at 561-385-3032.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Great Quotes in Franchising, where each podcast you get to hear a great quote in franchising. You know, we've been hosting franchise interviews now almost years, and during that time, we've had some incredible quotes on the show. Today, you're going to get to hear from Carol Mercurio, and she talks about a subject that we talk frequently on the show, which is following the franchise system. She gives a lot of great other advice in addition to aspiring entrepreneurs, but I just thought her advice was fantastic. So here we go with Carol Mercurio, franchise consultant.
It is, because success means different things to different people.
Right.
You know, there are people that could be very happy making $40,000, $50,000 a year, and there's others that would just never tolerate that. So you have to pick the right opportunity. It's going to meet not just your personal goals, but your income potential as well.
You have to like what you're doing, and most of the time that'll turn into making more money. So.
Oh, definitely. And, you know, the truth is that franchising really isn't for everyone. You know, it's, Michael Gerber, you know, one of your guests who is one of my heroes, so to speak.
Right.
I love his book. I recommend his book all the time.
Yeah.
And as he says, you know, there's a difference between an entrepreneur and what he calls a technician.
Oh, absolutely.
So, you know, and we'll go into that, and if you want to move forward in
Sure,
slide.
absolutely. We'll go to the next slide, and that's slide 4, Carol says. That's all great, but...
Do you have what it takes? And,
right.
and that's really what this presentation will help people do. When I do this presentation live, it takes about 2 hours, and, There are people at the end of the presentation will run to the front door and can't get out fast enough. They're scared to death. Or you have those folks that just linger on because they really want to learn more and educate themselves to see if this is the right fit for them. But there's a lot to figure out, before you actually can pull the trigger and make that decision. And as you mentioned just previously, the due diligence is imperative. You have to do a good job of figuring that out. Is it the right connection personally, and are you connecting with a company that you feel is a comfortable marriage between the two of you?
Absolutely. Right.
And so that's what we're going to do, is help determine if this is, in fact, the right path to explore. And then we can move on to motivation.
Okay.
And, for me, I think motivation is really, really a major component of this whole process. If you're not motivated to do this, don't do it. If somebody tells you should do it for a variety of different reasons, but it's not your own passion, you probably won't do well at it. And, there's two different types of motivation. There's positive motivation and there's negative motivation. So you have to think of it, is it an inspiration? Are you inspired to do this, or are you desperate to do this? There's a big difference here.
Absolutely.
Are you, running from something, or you're running towards something?
Right.
And, for me, I work with a lot of folks that have been downsized, and they're in transition in life, and I certainly can relate to it. But they may go to looking at a business because they can't find a job. Or maybe lesser positions are offered to them, less money, less title, or maybe their severance is about to end, and they need to make some decision quickly. Bad choice.
Right.
It's not a good reason to buy a business. It's
like a last resort type of decision. So you can quickly determine part of your services is finding out that motivation level pretty early on.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I won't move forward in our consultation until that candidate can tell me what their reason is.
Right.
And it's not just because, I want control over my destiny. Who doesn't? Everybody does.
That's true.
They want to make more money. Who wouldn't?
Right, absolutely.
It has to go layers deeper than that, or as I look at it, having a burning desire. Or I'll add to that a little pain. If you can't relate to the pain, then there's no reward at the end.
Absolutely.
And going into business for yourself can be painful. With franchising, of course, it's a little bit easier because you have all the support. But it's still, you're starting a business from scratch.
That's
and you
what
have
Marty
to
and I
really
always
want
talk
it.
about. Right.
I'm sorry?
Right. We always talk about that. That there's no guarantee of success, but if you follow the system, work hard, look at the stats we just went over. I mean, the failure rate's so low, and then with getting the right
match,
consultation from someone like yourself, and you should be okay.
Well, and it's true, and the systems that are in place with franchising are the major reasons why people gravitate to franchising. But if you're not the personality to follow a system, and you're more of that entrepreneur, as Michael Gerber would say, the best way to describe it is you can't paint the golden arches green.
Right.
It just won't work. Absolutely. Either you follow the system and you'll be successful or not. But most importantly, there has to be a motivation. And everyone's motivation is different. The way I help people see things is if you look down the road, say the next 3-5 years from today, how do you see your life being different, if at all?
Right.
What do you want to accomplish? And for some people, it might be doing things that they've just missed doing, like having the freedom to play golf, or having the money to buy a boat and taking their family on it and being with their family and having that quality time that they just don't have in their current world.
That's interesting. So you consider that positive motivation because that's the whole big picture of success in business, working hard, and then having all that personal stuff on the side.
Oh, yeah. What's the end result look like? What is it that you want to accomplish by being in business for yourself? I mean, what is your burning desire? Where is the pain now? I mean, if you look at your current situation today, I'll have people that I'm working with that are making, well over six-figure incomes, and they...
Thanks, everyone, for listening, and we'll see you again soon with another edition of Great Quotes in Franchising from Franchise Interviews. Take care, everyone.